Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Bob Walters. This is Locked Up Sports, Mets pregame show. Just a quick one, couple of minutes here. A lot going on with the Mets. They got the Indians in town today for 3 to finish off this homestand, and it hasn't started real well. The Mets have lost 5 of 6 as they come into tonight. They got MAMAEA going tonight. Stearns met with the media today. Mendoza met with the media today, and a lot of the talk was about Sproat and was about the pitching and what the starting pitching is and whether Montas is going to get another start or what's going to go on there. And also about tonight, whether, the MAMAEA is going to get a chance to actually finish his start. If you remember correctly, his last start, he pitched well. He got into about, I think, the 4th inning, maybe through 4 innings. And when he came out, as he was walking to the dugout after the 4th inning, he asked for one more inning. And Mendoza wouldn't let him have it. And because of that, the Mets bullpen came in and obviously blew the game. But that was a whole different bullpen. So now since the trade deadline, but the Mets haven't gotten really much going since it. They lost 2 out of 3 to the Giants. And we want to welcome in the baseball purist into the show. But the Mets and the bullpen's completely revamped. It's a totally new bullpen with all the trades they made and everything going on there. So we'll see how it goes. Cleveland's playing well. They're 8 games behind the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central. Mets have fallen a half game behind the Phillies in their division because of losing 2 out of 3. The Mets are still, though, 18-36. Oh, I'm sorry, 18-38 at Citi Field. So they still have the best record at home in Citi Field. And like I said, you got MAMAEA going tonight, and we'll see if the Mets will let him go. But as far as the pitching goes with Montas and Mendoza said the other day that Montas has to be better. He said he's got to be better. It hit the news, and Montas said he knows he's got to be better. Sproat is waiting. McLean is waiting in the wings to come up. The Mets don't sound like they're ready to bring him up. When Stearns was asked about it today, he was kind of given the they seem they're close to ready. They're almost ready. One of those types of situations. But they're not quite ready to bring him up yet. I think they're trying to wait it out as long as possible, which doesn't make any sense to me because they've been so good down in AAA that when you're dominating AAA that much, you really should be brought up. There's nothing else they could do down there. Sproat had like 20 or 30 consecutive scoreless innings, and he's got to be brought up. It's time to get these guys going and get them into the major league. So tonight, Cleveland coming into town. The pitching matchup is, as we said, it's MAMAEA. Let me just bring it up here. Hold on one second. There we go. It's MAMAEA pitching for the Mets. The Mets coming in 5 of 6 losers. We'll see if they can get things going tonight. You got Mullins in at center field. You got a full bullpen because they really let Montas take one on the chin yesterday. He pitched well into that game. That was you had a Torrens pitching by the 8th inning, which is never a good sign, when the position player is in there. But he was in there, and it is what it is. But we'll see how they do tonight. Let's get to the starting lineup as we only have a couple minutes before the first pitch. I have not decided if I'm going to head out to the game yet. If I do, I'm obviously going to be late. So, but our buddy here, baseball purist, he'll be out there. So if you see him, say hello. If you see me, say hello. I might be out there. I might not. I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet, although I only have about 10 minutes to decide. Brett is at work, obviously. Let's get to the starting lineups for tonight's game. Let's see. There it is. We're not coming up. Hold on one second. I just did this. There it is. Starting lineups. So the lineup for tonight, you got Nimmo, Lindor, Soto. It's the regular lineup. Alonso, only 2 home runs away from Darryl Strawberry and tying the Mets all-time record. You got McNeil at second base. So it looks like McNeil's finally out of the platoon, all position type of guy. You got Vientos at first, Mullins, the new guy in center field, Mauricio at third, Beatty not in the lineup tonight, and Alvarez catching behind the plate, and of course MAMAEA on the mound. The Mets are coming in losers of 5 of 6, a half game behind the Philadelphia Phillies, who have started to win. The Mets are only 5-5 in their last 10. They haven't played very well. They only won the one game, the second game of the series against the Giants, after sweeping them just the week before in in San Francisco, but they finished that road trip on only 3-3. So really not well for the Mets lately, and it's kind of been overshadowed with the trade deadline, with all the pickups and everybody discussing that, whether Sproat and McLean are going to come up, when they're going to come up. It's kind of got lost in the shuffle that the Mets have lost 5 out of 6 games here, and you don't want to be ringing off clips like that, losers of 5 of 6, and then they were only 5-5 in their last 10. Luckily, the Phillies have, faltered a little bit, and the Yankees also overshadowing it because the Yankees are just playing terrible. They just got swept by the Marlins, and you watch out for the Marlins, right? Marlins only 7 games behind the Phillies, 6.5 behind the Mets. They're above 500, either 500 or above 500. They're above 500 now, and they just swept the Yankees. They have the best. They're the only team in Major League Baseball with a winning record all time against the Yankees. And take from that what you will, but it is what it is. The Yankees have not played well at all. So, like we said, we'll see how it goes. Look for me out there at Citi Field. Look for the baseball purist, our buddy here. He'll be out there, and that's pretty much all we got tonight. We're gonna come back with a post-game show tonight. Just got home, running errands all day. Just figured I'd throw out the starting lineups and give you what's going on with the Mets. Like we said, everything focused in the press conference today with Stearns. Most of it focused on Montas. Now, it turns out they're going to give him another start, which, I mean, that's another bonehead decision. Why even bother? He's been bad in 3 straight starts now. He was real bad. He's been progressively getting worse. Real bad yesterday. Bad in the other 2 starts. I mean, why not bring these kids up? I don't know what's taking them so long. I don't know what they're waiting for. It can't be a money thing because we don't do money things anymore here with the Mets. So it can't be a money thing. Why not bring them up? They're dominating down in AAA. You got the bullpen to support them. If they can only go 5 innings, or even you want to let them go 5 innings. But if they can go 5 innings, then you have a good bridge to get to Diaz. Diaz named today the July reliever of the month. His second time he has won that award. He won it in May, and now he won it again in July. So you got Diaz, who's rock solid back there. You got the new guys who. Helsley and Rogers, who, Helsley pitched okay his first appearance for the Mets. He got himself into trouble, but he got out of it. Kept the game tied. Mets ended up losing in extras on a Dom Smith base hit. Dom Smith killed the Mets this weekend, actually. He hit a home run yesterday. And you got Rogers, who's pitched, who we really haven't seen much of. Only that one appearance, but the bullpen has looked solid. It was just the starting pitching, and you didn't think it would be the starting pitching. And now we'll see. MAMAEA obviously feels like he's good to go deep into a game. The Mets have been reluctant to let him go deep into the game. We'll see if they do tonight. I would hope they do, because I don't think he's going to be, risking injury. If he's risking injury, then obviously you don't want to. But they wouldn't even be putting him out there if he was, risking injury to pitch an extra inning or 2. So you got to get these guys going. You want to get them into the 7th inning. The Mets have shortened the game with this new bullpen to 7 innings, or even 6 innings, because you could have Rogers, then Helsley, and then Diaz. And if you could do that, a couple nights a week, then you're in good shape. And we'll see. The starting pitching it's just been it's been a problem. You need MAMAEA to pitch well. He has pitched well. He just hasn't been allowed to go deep in the games. You need Senga to pitch better than he has. Peterson has not been great his last couple of starts. He's able to work through it. He's a workhorse. When he doesn't have his good stuff, he still gives you 6 innings. Mets lost the first time he started in Citi Field just the other day. So anyway, that's going to do it for us. Like we said, there's the lineup. Mets and Cleveland, first of 3 at Citi Field tonight. 7:10 getting started in about 10 minutes. So get in there, get your seats, and get ready to go for some baseball. We'll be back with you later tonight. We're going to do a call-in portion. You could call in. We have a whole thing set up here with scan a QR code, and you go right on the air. So it should be pretty good. We'll get that started tonight. And enjoy the game, everybody. I'm Bob Walters from the Brian Gunzel Studios. See ya.